months, the industry's been talking about exchange mergers, and now we're seeing the consolidation of the MTFs. So how is this going to affect the industry, and more specifically, how is this going to affect London as a competitive financial center?
Two different questions. As far as the exchange and the MTF mergers, I think it points out one of the facts is that the exchange business is very technology intensive. So the ability to be able to take the cost of all that equipment and infrastructure and put it across multiple trades certainly makes sense. So the economics for the exchanges themselves, it does make a lot of sense. In terms of for the end user, which again a lot of people are talking about, how is this going to affect them? One of the concerns is that will too much consolidation take away the opportunity for change that we've seen help push down prices and grow the innovation. And I think in that respect it's something that we don't necessarily have to worry about. One of the things I talk about with clients is that when we actually have our smart order router, so we look, and obviously the first thing we have to do is get the order filled at the best price for the client. So we look to all the different venues, and we simultaneously go out and pull the price from everyone. Pull the stock from everyone for our client. Then you look at the other, like if there are ties there, so several people have the stock available at a specific price. You go down a list of tiebreakers, if you will. So we might look at, now where's the venue that would be least expensive? Just like you wouldn't cross the street to pay more for a gallon of milk than right where you are, so too we're in a business, we have to do the same. But as you go all the way down there, there's often a tie. Okay, how expensive it's going to be, where we can get the trade done, all keeping in mind the best price for the client. So to give you an example, our final tiebreaker in our smart order router is we go to the venue that has the lowest market share. Not the highest, but the lowest. Because we want to foster that innovation. We want to foster the competition that exists within the space. And I think you're going to continue to see, even if there's consolidation among the big groups, right? You're still going to see other venues coming up, taking advantage of the opportunities that arise because of specific opportunities and specific ways clients would be trading.
We've got the fixed protocol membership here in London today, the market structure, population. What have people been talking about at the show?
And now your other question was about, what are people talking about? Probably a lot of what you and I talked about as we were preparing for this and even on the interview. I think people are still concerned about what's going to come out of the European Commission. So if you know, as you know, of course, the consultation period has ended for the European Commission's recommendations on, or possible recommendations as far as MiFID II is. So people are talking about that, about what that's all going to look like. The exchange, certainly the exchange mergers is important. I think also maybe one step beyond that as well, you see brokers and exchanges talking about ways that they can work closer together. And again, very different from 5 years ago when the exchanges were indeed a monopoly and all they were trying to do was provide a service and a venue for brokers to execute their client trades. Now they're actually trying to work together with the brokers. We've seen it with a few other firms already, and I think you'll see that continue. I think people are also generally, maybe specifically about MiFID, but generally talking about dark pools, internalization, consolidated tape. Some of the questions about where's the right line between pre- and post-trade transparency and the ability to trade large blocks of stocks without adversely impacting the market. So maybe not new topics of conversation, but certainly given the environment we're in, they're very important to all of us.